What did you guys think about the Yankees in that 5th inning?
Well, I thought that they actually worked the count against Keuchel a lot. They got his pitch count up where they had to remove him after 7, so he didn't go longer than that. But the bottom line, I think they were competitive against him. They drove some balls to the wall in center, but unfortunately they were about a foot short of hitting it out. I don't think they have anything to embarrass about because they lost to a pitcher that's outstanding.
Yeah, I thought Aaron Hicks had some good swings tonight against Keuchel. Probably the best of all the Yankees outside of the hit by Judge that almost scored Bird from second base. But as it turns out, 10 strikeouts. It's hard to get around that because when you have men on base and you're striking out that many times, those men are not going to move.
Now I want to ask John and Jack something because Jack gave the StatCast numbers, and from where we were sitting, it was 90 feet. Because he was hitting the bag just as Gonzalez was fielding the ball. And I wonder about Joe Espada sending a guy who really is not fast. That's one of the few negatives in Greg Bird's game. But maybe it does speak volumes about the fact that Gary Sanchez is struggling because he was next up. Because I don't think you send that guy if Gary Sanchez is really hitting well.
Yeah, I was watching Bird as he was rounding third base. I thought he had an awkward turn. Looked like he was trying to get his feet lined up to touch the bag with his right foot. Instead, you know, a lot of guys like to touch the bag with one foot, and it's the right foot for him, and it just didn't line up correctly, and he slowed down a bit as he got to third base, and I think that was the difference at home.
And Gonzalez is an outstanding player. He could play many, many places for the Astros, many positions, and as Jack said earlier, has a great arm. He unleashed a perfect throw. It is kind of questionable why you would send them there. There's a very short left field, and Greg Bird is not fast.
Yeah, guys, we've dissected that play, and in this type of game, you're going to keep dissecting it. I'm thinking this. I'm thinking that with a full count, Espada is saying, as soon as contact is made, I'm sending this guy. Joe Girardi just did his press conference where he kind of said, 3-2, the runner's got to be moving. And I think there are a couple of demerits on that play for Bird that I don't think he got the quickest jump. And as Kenny just talked about, probably a little bit of an awkward turn at third.
You know, I look at Joe Espada thinking, you know what, I have to take a chance here, right? I mean, we're not going to get too many opportunities against Keuchel. And I could look at a lot of things, guys. The jump off a second. Kenny, you talked about the way he rounded third base. But also, Gary Sanchez, the on-deck batter, was not telling Bird where to slide. You wonder, maybe could he slid to the outside part of the plate, maybe made the play a little bit differently. But we're breaking down one play against Keuchel. That tells you how great he was tonight.
Yeah. You've also got to hope that Marwin Gonzalez doesn't make the perfect throw. Michael, go ahead.
One thing. I mean, Joe Girardi somehow developed a sense of humor. What a great answer on why he challenged that. That is not out of the Girardi playbook at all. So this team is loose right now. They lost the first game. They've got a good pitching matchup tomorrow. They usually do a little bit better against Verlander than Keuchel. But Girardi saying, I'm not going to go through that again. That was high comedy for him. And it does show you that the Yankees are in a good place mentally.